Hello again. This week I want to take a little look at the idea of hung parliaments and how that is panning out at the moment with the deal between the Conservatives and the DUP. And what I'm finding really interesting right now is how this is kind of coming out in the Brexit negotiations and how things are coming to a head. So 2 or 3 weeks ago I saw some newspaper reports that said that Theresa May, straight after the 2017 general election, offered the DUP a full-on coalition government where they would have MPs become cabinet ministers, and the DUP refused that offer, instead opting to support the government where necessary, or when they felt it was necessary, and sitting outside of the government, meaning that Theresa May had to carry on with a minority government. And I was thinking about why they might have chosen that, because obviously in 2010 we had a hung parliament, and then suddenly we had the coalition government between David Cameron's Conservative Party and Nick Clegg's Liberal Democrats. And the Liberal Democrats suffered at the ballot box in 2015 and in 2017 as a direct result of being in government with the Conservatives. So I wondered whether that was in the thinking of the DUP when Theresa May made her offer, and it could well have been. But even if it wasn't, then simply having the DUP saying that they're going to support the government when they can, and obviously when the government's going in the right direction for them, they will do so. But if they're not, then it means that they have much more power behind the scenes. If they were in cabinet, they would be bound by cabinet collective responsibility. And so there's an awful lot here, if you're studying British politics, an awful lot here to look not just at hung parliaments, but the way parties work, the way they interact, and cabinet collective responsibility. So we can watch all of this happening. It's unfolding right in front of us, and the DUP could have a huge influence on the direction of Brexit, and they could have a huge influence on the survival of Theresa May's government. And even as I'm saying this, I'm conscious of the fact that Theresa May's government could collapse at any moment, and at the same time could last a full 5-year term. So really interesting times, as always. I think it's worthwhile doing some reading, not just around Brexit, because that's really complex, and exactly what's going to happen with regards to Northern Ireland is right at the heart of that. Is it at the heart of that even more so because of the relationship with the DUP? I can't help thinking that it is. It was always going to be an important issue, but the fact that the DUP are supporting the Tories in staying in power really ups the ante when it comes to Northern Ireland. And there's a whole load of issues there about people suggesting that the Troubles could come back in Northern Ireland if there is a hard border between the North and the Republic. And there are also people saying that the only way to fix Brexit is for the North to actually become part of the Republic and not be part of the UK anymore. So there's some really complex, big issues that could result in violence on the street, a return to the Troubles, and yet might not happen at all either. Right? So doing some reading around that is going to be really important. Some reading around Brexit, some reading around the relationship between the DUP and Theresa May's government, because that will give you a greater understanding of hung parliaments. They don't happen very often, and we just happen to be living through one. So, and for the last 8 years, we've had we've had more hung parliament than not. So, we're living through extraordinary times, and there's no excuse really but to delve deeper into that and get some grasp on the issue there, and start to see what's happening in practice. Because the theory is one thing. The theory is that hung parliaments don't last for very long, that hung parliaments cause all kinds of instability, and we might well be seeing that kind of thing. But see what's actually happening, because we had 5 years of very, very stable hung parliament coalition government, and now we've got something very, very different. So there's a really good opportunity to compare and contrast the David Cameron government with what we've got now. Okay, I'll be back for more some other time. Don't forget to press subscribe, watch the other Understanding British Politics videos that I've done, and I'll also add some useful links to the end of this video and to my website. And also, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm always tweeting out interesting articles that will help you. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.